How do you feel like the offensive line performed?
I think it was our best game this year, but I think as a unit we haven't played a complete game together. We've had some individuals do well, but we still need to find that game.
Coach Lee just talked about that technique-wise you guys tend to break down later in games. Do you feel like that's still an issue in this UNLV game, and how do you fix that?
Yeah, I think it was still an issue. I think it's just an issue of finishing. I think in the end we kind of get in a little bit of a hurry. We don't stay, relaxed and confident. And I think if we can do that, it'll fix that. I don't think it's an issue of conditioning or anything like that.
Was the post-Eastern game conditioning session for you guys as big of a deal as Coach kind of set it up to be?
Yeah, I mean, we earned it, but yeah, it was a big deal. I feel like we deserved it, and hopefully we never have to do that again.
Questions for Elliott in the room?
3 games of the season, how do you feel like you guys are progressing, even coming off of kind of a winning streak here, 2 in a row?
We are improving each week, and I think the biggest thing is we got to keep practicing and putting together practices. Like I said earlier, we haven't played as an offensive line as a complete group. We've had some guys play well, but we need to have everybody play well, and good things will happen.
Do you have any thoughts in terms of like closing out games? And obviously, second week in a row kind of came down to the final drive for the other team, or is that something you guys can do offensively to keep
Yeah, I think we just need to kind of stay within ourselves, stay confident, be able to do our job late in the game rather than kind of feel the pressure. We just need to stay confident and get our job done late in the game.
What are your impressions after playing your 3 games at center and kind of how that transition's gone? Obviously, you had the spring and fall to work on it, but how have you done it in games?
I'm feeling really comfortable. Definitely each week I can improve on things, obviously. But, I think sometimes I try to overcompensate for my being undersized, but I think as long as I play within myself, I'll keep getting my job done.
How does your job change between the 2 quarterbacks? How is it different when you got, Jeff under center or Connor under center?
It's not much different. Obviously, when they're under center, there's a little bit of a different feel. Each quarterback has that spot they pick to put their hands. So you get a couple snaps with them on the sideline, and it's fine.
Elliott, how big were you coming out of high school? Like your senior year, how big were you?
It's about 6'4", 225 when I showed up here.
What positions did you play in high school?
I played offensive tackle and defensive end.
What were they looking at when they recruited you as Obaka?
They recruited me as a defensive end, and then that spring before I came in, they were talking like they were thin at tight end. I had never played tight end before, and they wanted me to give it a shot. And we were pretty set at tight end, and I was decent at blocking, so we were thin on the O-line, so they moved me there, and it was a good fit.
When you look at Colorado, what have you guys seen on film from them?
They have big guys, and they play hard, and we're gonna have to respect them and prepare well.
Is there any chance you guys could overlook them?
No, we can't overlook anybody at this point.
And how excited are you to start the Pac-12 season?
Really excited. Looking forward to seeing how it goes, and I think we'll have some success this year if we can keep preparing well and stay confident.
How are you guys becoming more of a cohesive unit as an offensive line as the season progresses? What are you guys doing to get there?
I think just being around guys more, kind of developing bonds between each other, becoming better friends, that all makes a big difference.
Questions on the line for Elliott?
Hey, Elliott, Bud Withers here, Seattle Times. Coming out of Ferris, did you have any scholarship offers, or what was the recruiting picture anyway?
I had a couple Big Sky offers. Had an offer from Central. Just decided, got the invited walk-on or preferred walk-on, however you want to call it, at WSU, and decided I could always transfer down if it didn't work out, but I wanted to see how I could do at this level.
Were there freshman walk-on, are there a lot of rocky moments when you wonder, did you make the right decision, or what was it like?
Oh, definitely. I mean, even in my second year, I was kind of wondering if it was the right fit for me or if it's what I want to be doing, because you're, working really hard and you're not seeing any payoff, and a lot of guys around you are getting payoff, and so it's hard, but I'm glad I stuck with it, and it all paid off at the end.
And I couldn't tell for sure whether somebody already asked this question, but Coach Leach mentioned the other night that the fatigue seems to be too much of an issue with you guys, maybe as a unit, or I don't know, individuals or what, but that he thinks some guys are giving in too easily to fatigue. How do you take that anyway?
I think late in the game we have to be mentally tougher. I think that's the main issue. I don't think it's an issue of conditioning. I mean, I think we're in the best shape of any team in the Pac-12. So it's just a matter of us, not giving in to the feelings of being tired and being able to finish a game.
Any more questions on the line for Elliott? In the room?
Elliott, I wasn't sure, when did you go on scholarship?
Still there?
Yeah, hold on, bud. We got a question in the room.
It was after my second season, after my second spring.
Go ahead, bud.
Well, I want to ask you about the guy that you go against occasionally, now coming in new this year and whatnot. Any thoughts on what he's brought and just difficulties in blocking him and some of his attributes?
I think he's a great player. He brings a lot of energy to the D-line for sure. But I think another year in the weight room, being on a nutrition plan will help him a lot. And he should be a great player in the future.